Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, I will share with you my thoughts on how low the Bitcoin price may possibly go if we are headed into the next bear market. On the flip side, I will also share with you my price targets if the bulls are able to regain control of the battlefield and start this price action moving back up. So let's get into the charts. Now, the first chart we're going to take a look at is the 4-hour chart that we were watching this price action getting squeezed, and we finally got the breakout, and it happened to be towards the downside. Now, I did actually short Bitcoin on this breakout, and you can see my average cost was just around $34,000, and I ended up closing with an average close price of around $32,800, and my closing P&L ratio was 37, almost 38%. So not too bad for a pretty quick trade. Now, if you're curious how I engaged the target, what I was watching was actually the 1-hour chart, and I was watching this channel and the price bouncing in between the trend lines of this channel. And the moment the price broke down through the bottom trend line, I was interested. I did wait for this candle to close for confirmation, and I ended up getting in on this candle at around that $34,090. And then as the price started to move sideways, I ended up getting out on this candle as I did not want to give up any of the profit. Little did I know it would roll over and go down to 31,000. But in reality, I'm fine locking in a 40% profit on this move that we were anticipating in one direction or the other. And by doing my recon, I was able to get involved and lock in a nice profit. And so now the question becomes, where do we go from here now that we have broken out of this triangle pattern, which again, if you watch the previous videos I did while this pattern was developing, we actually anticipated this breaking down since that was the direction of the current trend. And it did exactly that. Now, we did find support at the 31,000 level, which if we check our 6 and look back, that pretty much matches up with this support level that we found right here. Now, the 30,000 level, it was the level I was watching. If we broke down through that, then we could have seen a sell-off down to 27,000 or even 22,000. And the reality is we still might. We could very well see this price action retest this trend line, reject, get a small bounce, and then sell off and test 31,000 once again. And if it doesn't hold, then we could be heading down further. Now, on the flip side, we may very well see this price action come into the trend line, get rejected, find support at this 33,000 level, which has been support in the past, also previous resistance, and then go ahead and start its move back up. But I will tell you, until we can clear this 40,500 level and then 42,500 level, the bears are more likely to keep control of this price action. Now, with that being said, we will jump over here to the 1-week chart on Coinbase for Bitcoin. And I want to share with you what I see is a possibility of Bitcoin currently entering the bear market. Now, I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there saying if we enter a bear market now, we've seen a top like we've never seen before, and so therefore they think we can't enter a bear market. I'm here to tell you, as someone who's been around markets, whether it's the stock market, Forex, crypto, the market can act irrationally longer than you can stay liquid. So to have the mindset of this wasn't the blow-off top that we're accustomed to seeing like in 2017, I can certainly agree, but we are seeing some similarities to 2017. And from what I see, there is the possibility we are headed into a bear market. Now, back here on the chart, this is the 2017 Bitcoin bull run. And as you can see, I have it starting around July 24th. And so for the current bull market, I started around July 20th. And we can see some similar moves. We see a run up and a pullback. We see a run up and a pullback. And then the parabolic move up. And after that little pullback, we get the parabolic move up. And during that parabolic move up, we get pretty much only one big pullback on the weekly chart in 2017, and we see a similar big pullback. However, it's a 2-week pullback versus a 1-week pullback in the 2021 bull market. Now, where a lot of folks are having trouble calling this the top of the bull run for 2021, they don't see the blow off top. Now, it's not a traditional blow off top by any means, because you do end up going sideways. Now, the similarities I do see in this top and this top is Bitcoin runs up to its all-time high, gets a pretty big pullback. Now we get a run up to the all-time high and we get a pretty big pullback. We then get a bounce. And if you look over here, you do get a bounce right here. And then we pull into the 618 zone. So we get our bounce here and we pull into the 618 zone. So there are similarities to this price action over here and over here. If I blow this up for you, you can see the parabolic move up, the pullback from the all-time high, we get a bounce, and then we pull into the 618 level and pretty much touch 618 almost exactly. And then if we look at the same price action here, we pull up to the all-time high, we get a pullback, we get the bounce, and then we sell off into the 618 zone almost exactly once again. And then after that in 2017, we get a little bit of a bounce, we sell off into the 786 zone, and then we pull back up only to roll over and head into the bear market. And so what I'm looking for now is if the price action actually retreats back into the 786 zone, which would be around the 21,000 level, and that really would not be out of line, as that would be approximately, I think, about a 70% pullback, and it's about 67%, so right around a 70% pullback. And if we come back over here to 2017, from the all-time high down to the 786, that is a 70% pullback. So that pullback sent us into a bear market. And if we see a similar bounce up and pull back into the 786, then I think it's safe to say we are headed into a bear market. Now, that bear market might just last through the summer. There is a probability we end up with a very short bear market, and those bears go into hibernation at the end of the summer, and come August, September, October, we may see a run up back to the all-time high, and by the end of the year, I would not be surprised if we made it actually up to around $130,000 per coin. So, with that all being said, let's take a look at some price targets I will be currently watching. Now, the first price target I'll be watching is if this price action rolls over, does 33,000 hold as support, or do we break down and go back and retest 31,000? Now, if we do retest 31,000, does that hold, or do we come down into the 30,000 level, as that was prior support on the big dump? And once again, if that fails to hold, then we're looking at 27,000. And then that scenario of the 786 level on the weekly chart plays out into the 22, maybe 21,000 level. And so the key level right now will be 33,000, 31,000, 30,000, and then 27,000. Now, if the bulls get control of the battlefield, then I'll be watching probably around 35,000, which is right in this area here. I will still watch for a pullback into 33,000. So again, 33,000 comes into play merely as support, but we really need to get above the 35,000 level. Once we get above 35,000, then I'm looking up at around 40,000, 40,500, that zone there. The bulls need to push through there up to 42.5. If the bulls can push from there, then we're looking probably at around 45 to 46,000. There was some resistance back in that area. And then after that, we're looking at around 50 to 51,500. But in reality, in the short term, 33,000 needs to hold as support, or if it breaks down, then we're looking at 31,000, 30,000 for support. On the top side, we're looking between 40,000 to 40,500, and then 42,500 we need to get above. Until we do, there's no point in talking about all-time highs or the bull market is still intact. From what the chart is telling me, we are in a downward trend, and more than likely that will continue. until we can see some type of price action that gets us back up into these levels of the 40,000 range. And so that pretty much wraps it up. I just wanted to do a quick video. We were expecting Bitcoin to break out, whether it be up or down. We got the downward break. I did take a short position trade, made about 40% profit on that trade. And now the bears appear to be in control of this market, so I will be looking for more short opportunities until I see the bulls starting to take back control. So I will create more videos with my tactical analysis and my possible trade targets. So now would be a good time to shoot that subscribe button. If you like this video, do me a favor, spike a like. If you have any questions or comments, drop those in the comment section down below. And remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. See you in the next video.